Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning, Miss.
How is life?
Good morning.
Fine.
Life's good? Is my voice clear? And then also the picture is clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah?
Yes.
Before we continue the lesson, I need to check your attendance. So please write down your presence number and also your full name on the chat, yeah? Farel is here, Naura, Aurin, good? Retno, Afifa, Surya, Aisyah. Okay then, good. Okay, so before I start the lesson, guys, let me tell you about the rule, how we do the lesson today. So I need you to open up the camera, yeah? I need you to open up the camera while I'm speaking, yeah? But when I share something, maybe I share a PowerPoint or share screen about something, and then you off the camera, that's okay, yeah? Okay. Have you eaten your breakfast, guys?
Nope.
Not yet. Not yet. Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. After having a class with Miss Tias, maybe you can have a breakfast. Yeah. Why do you think opening the camera is important while doing a daring like this? Why?
To have interaction.
Yeah, to have an interaction, good. And then what else?
Untuk saling mengetahui satu sama lain.
Okay, to know each other, to know the condition of each other. Yeah. When I can see your face right now. So Naura is good, Pranasti is good, Surya is handsome as always. Yeah, Fiko is handsome as always, like that. Yeah. And then what else? It's related with showing the respect to your teacher as well, guys. Yeah, so when you opening the camera, it shows your respect to the teacher, because while we are doing a daring or online meeting like this, yeah, and then when you look at the teacher and then the teacher look at you, it's a kind of a polite behavior. Yeah, it is like in the classroom, you pay attention to the teacher or no, like that. So it is just the same like that. Yeah. So guys, I suggest you, it is not only in my class, yeah, but for the other classes as well. While you are having a web meeting and then you don't have any you don't have any occasion that makes you cannot on the camera, please open up the camera, guys, because your teacher have already explained, have already prepared something, and then you off the camera and you do not respect them. It's very pity, you know. Okay, so do you still remember about the previous lesson, guys?
Yes.
What was that about? The previous lesson?
Poetic device.
Poetic device is good. Wow, you still remember, yeah? Okay, can you see the screen right now, guys?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, Miss. Yes.
Okay. What is the picture, guys? What is the picture?
Ili.
Have you watched the short movie?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. What do you think? What is it about, guys?
Funny.
It's funny. Yeah. What is it about?
About woman.
Woman on the truck.
Bahasa Inggrisnya menggosip itu apa, Miss?
Gossiping.
Oh iya.
Gossiping, yeah. What are they talking about?
Talking about anak Pak RT. Anak Pak RT ya.
What character is very dominant there, guys? Butejo, yeah. How is the character of Butejo there?
Sirik woman.
Iya, sirik ya. Terus apa lagi? Talkative ya. cerewet. In a short movie, guys, and in that short movie, actually, what kind of text is that, guys?
Narrative maybe.
Narrative. Raihan, why do you think it is narrative? So why do you think I show you this picture, guys? Because it is related with our material, yeah, our material today. So for today, guys, why I show you the picture of the short movie of Tilik, yeah, because it is a kind of narrative story. Yeah? It's a kind of narrative text. It's the thing that we are going to talk about. Yeah, so we are going to learn about short story today. So short story is a kind of narrative text. Yeah. So for today about the short story, yeah, we will discuss about the definition, yeah, what is the definition of the short story, the function, the characteristic, and also the generic structure of the short story, guys. Do you think that learning about short story is important or no?
Karena dari functionnya naratif sendiri itu banyak untuk menambah minat baca dan juga mengajak para membaca itu berpikir kreatif bagaimana jalan ceritanya akan mulai.
Pranasti?
Karena naratif itu mempunyai nilai moral dan
Very good.
pesan-pesan yang disampaikan.
Very good. Yes, there is moral value, ya, Pranasti, ya. So we can learn from short story or narrative, ya. Yeah, it's very good, Pranasti. Okay. Yeah. So today we are going to read the short story, okay, and then we will analyze. We will analyze the structure, and then the elements, and also the detailed information of short story. We will do all of those activities today, yeah. So you will do quizzes first, yeah, to check your understanding about short story. Aji, okay. So after we do the quizzes, guys, yeah, after we do the quizzes, and then we will check your score, yeah, and then after that we do the lesson. Okay, and then after we do the lesson, we do the quizzes again, and then let's see whether your score is increasing or no. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Aisyah finished. Syafa finished as well. Farel, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have Akbar in the first, and then Maman at the second, and then Afan in the third. Oh, Akbar can get 100% correct. Wow. Maman 77% and Afan 66%. So do you think the question is difficult?
Little bit tricky.
Little bit. There are a lot of words here. There are a lot of words and sentences here. Okay. So now after doing the quizzes, guys, now let's directly move to your presentation here. The presentation about the video that I've given to you. Yeah. So actually the video that I have posted in our Google Classroom, guys, in total there are 5 videos, right, in total, but actually it is one video, guys. Actually it is one video, and then I cut it into 5, yeah, and then I give each part for each group, yeah. So today we are going to put the videos together, and then we will discuss the detailed information and also the elements of the short story in the video. Okay, so let's start with the part 1 of the video, guys. Who get the first part of the video? Okay, so let's watch the first part of the video, yeah. Clear.
Okay. What was the video about? The video tells about rich Richard, but miser, and even he thinks more about money than his family.
Good.
How did the story start? The story starts when Richard's son asked Richard to buy him a new shoes, but Richard refused to buy it. How did you predict the story? I predict that Richard will be doomed later, then he realized his mistake and repent.
Of the video, report, news, narrative, or recount. The genre of the video is narrative. 8. What is the characteristic of the text? The characteristic of the text is fairy tale.
Number 8. What is characteristic of the text? 1. Use action verb in past tense form. Number 2. Use some nouns as pronouns. Number 3. Use adjective that will make noun phrase. Number 4. Use conjunction to be able to solve various events.
What is the function of the text? The function of narrative text itself is so to entertain the readers and invite the readers to imagine the story, what if this happened. The readers are also invited to think creatively about the story will be. Even this text can increase interest in reading. And the last question, what is the generic structure of the text? Please explain. Number 1, orientation. Orientation is the opening paragraph of the text which introduces who the characters are involved in the incident, who are the same setting when, and the background of the incident where. This orientation is located in the first paragraph of narrative text. And number 2, complication. Complication consists of a paragraph explaining the beginning of the problem. The beginning of this problem also begins a series of plots or storyline, which will then continue to the conflict, climax, and anti-climax. Generally, the complication contains the interaction between the preparators of the event. This interaction creates a conflict or contradiction. And number 3, and the last, resolution, is the paragraph that becomes the end of the story. In this section, there is a statement that makes the storyline end. Every problem that there is must have a solution. It can be closed with happy ending or a tragic or sad ending. Yeah, that's it from me.
Generic structure of the text. Please explain. The first is orientation. It is about the opening part where the characters of the story are introduced. The second is complication, where the problems in the story develop. And the third, resolution, where the problems in the story is.
So now we have finished doing all of the presentations, yeah? Okay, so let's discuss about the video together, yeah? What do you think about the video, guys? Do you think it is a nice story? Did the story give you a lesson, guys?
We must berbagi bersama kepada orang sekitar. Sharing.
We must share, yeah? We must share to others, yeah? Stingy, yeah? Very stingy. Rich, he is rich but looks like a poor person, like a poor people. Okay, and then guys, I think all of you understand about the video and also the material that is related with the short story or narrative, because the way you answer the questions, yeah, it's almost 100% correct, guys. So we start from the genre of the text. All of you answered that it is a narrative, yeah. Okay, let's start with the definition, yeah. So what is short story actually, yeah? So short story is one of types of narrative, guys. And then if you see the background, the background of the presentation, what is the picture about, guys? Do you know? It's Beauty and Beast. Do you think this types of narrative as well?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Because it's fictive, there's conflict.
Conflict. Yeah, it's very good. Yes. Okay. It's so the definition of short story. It's a brief fictional narrative that is shorter than a novel. Yeah, and then usually it only deals with only a few characters. So the characters are just some of them. Yeah, just a few of them in the short story. Yeah, just few characters. Yeah, not too many characters. It is different with the novel that is longer. Yeah, so if you want to read a novel, you have to read the whole book. Yeah, but for short story, maybe just 1, 2, or 3 pages, and then the story ends. Yeah. And then the next definition, I took it from Wikipedia. Yeah, it's a piece of prose fiction that typically can be read in one sitting and focuses on a self-contained incident or series. Yeah. Okay, now let's move with the function. Yeah, I think some of you have already present a very good function of the short narrative, of the short story. The first, it gives a moral lesson, yeah, and then the second, it's to entertain, because when we have watch or read the video or the text, and then we feel entertained. Yeah. Generic structure, guys, or the generic structures, from your presentations, I can find 2 types of generic structure. The first type is you putting the orientation, complication, and resolution only. And then the second, you put the reorientation or coda. Yeah. But which one do you think is correct, guys? Yeah. Actually, both of them are correct, guys. Yeah. So the structure that are must included is the orientation, complication, and the resolution. Yeah. For the reorientation, it is optional. It is not must, guys, for the reorientation. Yeah. And then in orientation, it is like the introduction of the story. Yeah. Like where and when the story happened, and then it introduces the characters. Yeah. It is orientation. The next is the complication, guys. It's the beginning of the problem which leads to the crisis. Yeah, it's the conflict or the climax, yeah, of the main characters in the story. It's the complication. And then next is the resolution. So it is like the solution of the conflict. Yeah, it's the solution of the conflict, or how the story ends with the solution. And then the last part, it is reorientation or coda. It is optional. Yeah. Some of the short story put this, but some of them also do not put this, the reorientation or the coda. Yeah, it's up to the writer actually. So it is the closing, and then usually it is like the moral lesson or advices, guys, that you can learn from the story. It's the reorientation or coda. Okay, so about the generic structure and the function, do you understand, guys? Now it's the characteristic, guys. So the characteristic is when the text is using past tense and there is characters, there is a plot, and then there is moral value. So it's a narrative. Yeah, it's very easy because this kind of text is quite different with the others. Yeah, the elements, guys. In every short story or narrative, there is always these elements, guys. There is characters, plot, setting, theme, and then point of view. Yeah. And then what is theme? Yeah. So theme is the main idea of the story, guys. It is the big message or the big idea of the short story. And how about the last short story? What is the theme of the short story? What do you think, guys? About the Millionaire's Miser story. What do you think is the theme?
Greediness of pirate.
The greediness of a pirate. Yes, okay then. It's the greediness of a people, yeah, of someone. Good. And then characters, guys. The people or actors in the story, yeah. There are protagonists and antagonists, guys. The protagonist is the good guy, and the antagonist is the bad guy. Yeah, it's very easy to differentiate them. And then the point of view. There are three types of point of view, guys. It's the first person, the second person, and the third person. If you use the first person point of view, so you use I because you are the main characters and you are the teller of the story. It's the first person, okay? And then for the second person point of view, it's quite rare in a narrative text. This kind of point of view, it's the second person. So it uses you or your. The author is speaking to the reader, and usually the main the teller of the story is not the main character. Yeah, it's the one who is close with the main character. Yeah, it's the point of view of the second person, guys. And then the next point of view is the third person. It's the story is told from an outside point of view and uses the pronouns he and she and they. So for the third person point of view, this person really knows about everything in the story, guys. Yeah, so she is the narrator, and usually he or she doesn't include it in the story. It's the third person. Yeah, it's the third person point of view. Okay, I will stop here. Do you understand, guys, about point of view?
Yes.
Yes. About the Richard's story, what point of view that is used, guys?
Third person, I guess.
The third person, yes, it's the third person. Good, because it uses a narrator. Yeah. Okay, and then the next element is setting. It's the time and the place in the story, guys. And then the next is the plot. The plot is the important events that you can find. Yeah, that you can find in the story. Okay, so that is about the definition, function, and then the characteristic, and then the elements about the short story. Do you understand, guys? So I'm going to ask you to play games, guys. But I need one of you to lead your friends to play the games. Okay, now please lead your friends, yeah? Lead your friends to play.
And we can start now. Come on, guys.
Everyone? Hello? Yeah?
From resolution. Ini masuk di mana, guys?
Egg structure.
Struktur yang di mana?
Generic structure of short stories.
Yang ketiga.
Third.
Berapa?
Terus kalau yang ini ya, there is the moral value. Masuk ke mereka.
Characteristic.
Okay. Okay, next. Brief functional
Structure.
Generic structure.
The last one.
Last.
Function.
Ayo semangat.
Function.
Answer? Let's try to check the
The definition.
Definition now.
yeah.
Definition now ya Allah.
Tidak dengar. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. So one wrong answer, yeah. One wrong answer, yeah. That's okay. Okay.
Seperti ini kan.
Yeah.
Now Ras false.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. It's actually this is the text version of the video, yeah. Okay. Now, who wants to read the first paragraph, guys?
Okay. The Millionaire Miser Story. Long, long ago, there lived in a certain village a rich merchant called
Chika, choose your friend to read the next paragraph, Chika.
Richard was talking making his servants carry sacks full of grain. He would not hire a
Work. Then he took Richard's from Richard's farm and came to his house. Calling all the servants, he asked,
was stealing from his house. But the king didn't trust him because there was a bad witness who said he himself had asked the people to take his treasure.
Okay, now guys, let's try to analyze the structure. Yeah, which one do you think is the orientation, guys? So I will give this like the orientation. Good. Now how about the next structure? It's the complication. Which one do you think is the complication, guys? Complication. Okay, and then which one is the resolution, guys? The resolution. I have already written down the difficult words there. Now, it's your turn to find the synonym of the word, guys. Grain, weight, okay. Darn, man, okay. Please try to analyze the characterization of the characters, guys. So, read as hell. Okay. Passion, yeah. The next is the plot, guys. Please access the Padlet, which is about the plot. So for the plot, guys, I have already put the pictures. Yeah, it's Shefa, I think, finished. Yeah. Oh yeah, Shefa. Richard's son said he wanted new shoes, but because Richard was a miser, he gave money for his son to buy an ointment instead of new shoes. Yes. Richard saw the cake from the market he wanted to, and he asked his wife to make a cake for him. Richard said, "I'm so starving. Please post a new thing about the moral value that you can find, guys. When we have more money or wealth, we must share with others and should not be stingy." Good. Now let's try to criticize the characters and then also the story. Yeah. About, do you agree or disagree about what they have done? And then what do you think about their action, or what they should or what they shouldn't do about the action? Now let's start from the main character. Yeah, it's about Richard.
Disagree.
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 Why do you disagree?
Because he is so stingy.
Because he's so stingy. And then if you become Richard, what you should do?
Sharing with the others.
Everyone.
Okay, sharing with everyone, sharing with others. Yeah. Okay. Now let's criticize Richard's wife. Do you agree or disagree with the Richard's wife? Why do you disagree?
Kurang sabar.
Yeah, too patient ya. Too patient. Yes.
Harusnya melawan gitu, Miss.
Do the same, Miss.
Do the same.
Give more punishment.
Give more punishment. Like what, Raihan? Like what kind of punishment?
Like get in jail or something.
Okay, it's not always related with the wealth, money, and things. Yeah, it can be in the form of kindness, smile, the help that you give to your friends. Yeah. Go to the quizzes, guys. I have already put the link on the chat. Okay, let's start. Yeah, let's start. Let's see. Okay, Akbar, Farel, and Duta. Yay! Oh, Shefa, Duta. Oh, there are four of you who got perfect score, guys. Wow, that's very nice. Now let's move to the conclusion of today's lesson, guys. Yeah. So first you make a conclusion, okay, about the material that you have got today, and then give your opinion, and then give your suggestion. Yeah, give your suggestion about the lesson, our next meeting. Yeah. Can you please read the conclusion? Your conclusion, Putri.
Today we have studied narrative text and analysis a video entitled The Millionaire Miser Story, starting from structure, definition, character, function, and moral value.
Okay, good, Putri. Putri, do you have any suggestion about the lesson? About what we should do next in the meeting?
More games, maybe?
Or please read your conclusion, Retno.
Okay. Today was a very fun lesson because we were able to discuss with friends and play games.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Retno. Good. Thank you very much, guys, for putting the conclusion, yeah, and also your suggestion and your opinion about today's lesson. Yeah, so I will stop presenting here. Okay, so for the next meeting, we will discuss about one of the characteristic of the short story, that is about past tense. Yeah, past tense. What verb do you usually use, guys? In past tense, what verb do you use? Verb to. Verb to. Yeah. So next meeting we will discuss about verb to and past tense. Yeah, in a short story, of course, and then you are going to analyze a short story. Good. So for the next task, guys, about the short story, you are going to analyze a story about Romeo and Juliet. Do you know Romeo and Juliet, guys?
Wow, I know.
Yeah, okay. So you will analyze this story, yeah, just like what we have done today. So you start from the setting, from the plot, from the theme, yeah, the characters, until you criticize the characters. Yeah, I will put the task and the instruction in our Google Classroom. So later, please check it. Yeah, but before we end, I need one of you to lead your friends to pray, and then we can say goodbye.
Before we end the discussion today, let's pray together to start.
Okay, so thank you very much. It's very fun for having a session with you today. Take care, guys. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much.